Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Lack of self-awareness. This is an example of narcissistic behavior. Doing no wrong, always. So, let me show you an article, and it is about the G20 summit in India. President Putin of Russia already said he's not going to attend. Lavrov, the foreign minister, will attend in his place. Well, Xi Jinping, the leader of China, said he will not attend, and someone else, I think his foreign minister, I don't think Wang Yi, someone else is going to attend instead. Now we have the Americans that are very upset about this, and the Europeans are upset about it. Now, why do you think neither of these two attend the summit? I personally think because they already have BRICS, and I think they try to delegitimize the G20 and things that have to do with the Western organization. So if these guys will be in G7, they will not attend. They will try to break it. That's my assessment. That's my prediction. That's why these guys are doing it, the reason, and they will do it in the end. Now we have the Americans in their, how should I put it, delusion, thinking that these guys are not showing up for other reasons. Why? Because they have an ideology, they have a worldview, and they have a wishful thinking. That's why they are so stupid in predicting stuff. Like with the war, with the sanctions, and so on. They were wrong all the way. That's why they sanctioned Russia, 11 times already. And still, Russia is going to have a surplus. They will get down. Economically, I'm talking about. And that's not me saying that. It's the World Bank. Not me. I covered that in an article about, 2 weeks ago, and on before that. So let me show you this. This article comes from BBC. And G20 summit, US urges China not to, quote-unquote, play spoiler at leaders' meet. The Americans and the Europeans want to meet China. Necessary for them. And these guys avoided it. Here it is. US National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan. This is a weasel and not very smart. He's a ass kisser. That's what he is. Okay? And he's a weasel. Weasels are not necessarily stupid, okay? So he asked China to set aside its issues with India and play a quote-unquote constructive role in the upcoming G20 summit. So this guy thinks that China does not show, Xi Jinping does not show in India because the issues between China and India. That's how he wants to frame it. No, idiot, it's you. Hey, it's you. That's why they don't show up. It's you. Too obvious. But no, it's not me. It's India. No, it's not India. They've seen one another in South Africa, didn't they? Didn't they meet at BRICS? They did, but they don't want to meet with you in G20. But anyway. Mr. Sullivan said it was up to China if it, quote-unquote, wanted to play the role of a spoiler. No, China is not that important. You're the important one. And the countries from the European Union. You're the basis of this world, the engine. Without you, nothing moves, you thought. And now you say, China plays the spoiler? China must be very important then. Don't you think? It's like you wait for the main artist to come on the stage and he's a spoiler. He doesn't show up. Unless he's just a guy over there in the chorus. If he doesn't show up, you don't care. You're going to replace him. Or don't. That's a guy in a chorus over there, you know? You can't have them both. His remarks come after China confirmed that its leader Xi Jinping would not attend the meeting. All right? Too obvious, my friends, too obvious. But this narcissistic, deluded guy, in his worldview, trying to make things like, oh, it's because of something else, can't be because of me. It is because of you. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to deal with the Europeans. They dealt with the Indians in South Africa. And let me show you something else too. Back. Look at this. Look who's frustrated, actually. Ready, set, go. This comes from South China Morning Post. Right here. What does it read over there? Xi Jinping's absence from G20 frustrates European leaders, eager beavers, for time with China's decision maker. This is what? 6th of September 2023. So the Europeans want to see him too. So again, he saw Modi, Prime Minister Modi, in Johannesburg, didn't he? Or wherever that was, in Johannesburg, right? In I'm not going to accept anything here. South Africa. So, you fool, it's you. But hey, that's the way these guys assess the world. Well, if you put the wrong ingredients, for a cake, you can't get the cake. And if you miss the timing and the order of how you put to bake it, you're not gonna get a cake. So these guys put their little whatever they want to see and what they want to think. It can't be us, obviously. And then they come with some policies and you think, how in the hell you got to this policy? That's the way they got to policies. Because they have in their brain, this is the way it is. We're good, they're bad. And then from them they construct the whole narrative based on that. It's not the other way around. Like, okay, get the evidence, analyze it, and you reach a conclusion. It's the other way around. They start with a conclusion and then they bring evidence and throw out evidence, pick and choose whatever fits the narrative and say, see, this is the narrative. But if you add this, if you add that, changes the whole conclusion. But they don't want that. They want the conclusion. That's what they want. So again, fool, it's you. It's not India. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.